Alright, page 3 here. So we're going to start with number 11. It says sketch the graph of each linear inequality. In fact, all of these on this page are the same. So I'm going to start with number 11. This one starts in slope-intercept form. So it's not too bad. I just graph it the way I did the linear equations. These are just the linear inequalities. So I start by putting the point at -3, and then the slope is 5 over 3, so I'm going to go up 5 and then over 3 and get this point right there. Okay? And then, since it's an inequality, it's either going to be a solid or a dashed line. And I can tell what it will be by looking at the greater than sign. The greater than sign is not equal to, so this is going to be a dashed line through those points. Okay, so I have a dashed line through those points, and then the only thing I have left to do in order to finish this graph is to shade. So I need to shade either above or below the line. Well, there's two different ways to do this. The first way that I taught you how to do it was to test a point. So we pick one point that's either above or below the line, and then see if that point works in the inequality. And if it works, we would shade that side. If it doesn't work, we'd shade the other side. The other way, the faster way, is if it's in slope-intercept form, which this inequality is, I can simply look at that sign, which is greater than. So if that's true, I'm going to put my point my pencil somewhere on this line, and then if it's greater than, all I need to do is go above this line. That's where it should be shaded, above that line. So I'm going to shade that whole side. There it is. Okay. For number 12, for this one I'll put a point, my y-intercept, at -4, and then use the slope -2. I'm going to make that a fraction over 1. So I'm going to use that fraction -2 over 1, get this point right there. Or I could go up 2, but then if I go up 2, I have to go to the left one, so I get this point. And I have all of these points. And this one is going to be a solid line because it's an equal to inequality. So I'm going to draw my solid line through all those points. And then to figure out where I shade, it says less than or equal to. So I put my pencil somewhere on the line and go less than the line, so I go under. So it's going to be shaded over here. There we go. That was number 12. Number 13, this is going to be a weird line because it's just x. There's no y in this inequality. So I'm going to put, where is x equal to -5? Well, -5 on the x-axis would be right here. And x is also equal to -5, say down here, or up here, or all the way up there. This is going to be an up and down line. And it needs to be a solid line because it's equal to. And then I want to shade all of the values that are greater than or equal to -5. So all the values that are greater than -5 are going to be this way. If you think about the number line, all of these numbers are bigger than -5, whereas all the ones over here are going to be smaller. I don't want those. I want these. So I shade that. Okay. And then number 14. That's a tricky one. This is one I want you to really study, number 14. The reason being, this one is in standard form. The first thing I need to do is change this into slope-intercept form. I'm going to rewrite it over here to the right. So 3x minus 2y is greater than -10. The reason I want to change it would be easier to graph if it's in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to move the x to the other side of this inequality and then solve for the variable y. So first I'm going to subtract 3x. I get -2y left over on this side. And then that's going to be greater than -3x minus 10. And then I have to divide by -2 and divide every term by -2. When I divide by a negative, though, I need to remember to switch the sign. So now it's going to be less than. So I have y is less than a positive 3 over 2x plus 5. Okay, so I'm going to plot my y-intercept at positive 5. and then use that slope of +3 over +2. But if I do that, I would be somewhere up here. So instead of going up and then over, I'm going to go down 3 and back 2. Same thing as going up 3 and over 2. Okay, so I'm going to get all these points. And this is going to be a dashed line because it's not equal to. And then I need to figure out where to shade. Well, it says y is less than. So I put my pencil somewhere on the line and go less than the line. It's going to be shaded over there. So I'm going to shade in this whole area. There we go. I finished 14.